Welcome, dear friends, to our time of devotional reflection for Sunday, May the 7th, 2023. I'm Brian J. Munro, pastor of Kitimat First Baptist Church in beautiful Kitimat, British Columbia. This year we are following John MacArthur's devotional book, Drawing Near, Daily Readings for a Deeper Faith. Today's entry is entitled, Building a Leader, the Right Raw Material, in brackets, Peter. Matthew chapter 10 verse 2 reads, "The 12 apostles included Simon, who is called Peter." And our main thought for today is God can use your natural abilities as a basis for your spiritual service. Pastor MacArthur writes, Peter is a good illustration of how God builds a spiritual leader. He begins with a person's natural traits and works from there. Natural traits alone don't make a spiritual leader. The person must also be gifted and called by the Holy Spirit to lead in the church and to be a model of spiritual virtue. But often God endows future leaders with natural abilities that constitute the raw materials from which he builds spiritual ministries. That was certainly the case with Peter, who demonstrated the leadership qualities of inquisitiveness, initiative, and involvement. Peter was always asking questions. In fact, the gospel records show that he asked more questions than all the other disciples combined. People who aren't inquisitive don't make good leaders because they're not concerned about problems and solutions. Initiative was another indicator of Peter's leadership potential. He not only asked questions, but also he was often the first to respond when Jesus asked questions. Good examples can be found in the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 16, verses 15 to 16, and also in the Gospel according to Luke, chapter 8, verse 45. Also, Peter loved to be in the middle of the action, even when it got him into trouble. For example, we might criticize his lack of faith when he sank after walking on water, but remember, the rest of the disciples never even got out of the boat. Peter was inquisitive, showed initiative, and sought to be involved. How about you? Are you inquisitive about God's truth? Do you take the initiative to learn about him? Do you want to be involved in what he's doing? If so, you have the raw material for spiritual leadership. Continue to cultivate those qualities, allowing the Spirit to use you for God's glory. Dear friends, as always, I commend you and thank you for spending just a few minutes listening to a devotional reflection as written by Pastor MacArthur and read by myself. I've included Pastor MacArthur's suggestions for prayer and for further study in the description portion of this video. I strongly encourage you to follow up on those. Do the prayers that are suggested and also the further study, including the readings. They will deepen your understanding of what Pastor MacArthur has presented. And until we can be together again to reflect on another devotional message from Pastor MacArthur, I bid you go in the peace of the Lord.